Hey everyone, talking about how scent and fragrance have played into my skincare routine. If you don't, give a shit about skincare, you might not be that interested, but I'm really specifically talking about the scent of each one and how that's kind of affected choices for each. I never used to do much skincare, but basically just like, cleanser, just wash my face, and then finally started using some moisturizer a few years ago, and then got much more into it and kind of tried a lot of stuff and found what worked for me the best. And now I really enjoy having it. I have like a routine every night and morning and whatever, and it's helped me so much with acne and whatnot. This is not one of those videos that some reviewer does and then they're like, and I'm sponsored by this thing. Like, no, none of this is, I'm not getting paid for any of this. But yeah, just the scent aspect. So I'm going to go through each step and sort of how scent has affected it. So first, for the cleanser, I use Tatcha the Deep Cleanse. And also, none of these are endorsements of the products in the sense of like they work really well for my skin, but if you have like dry skin, for example, they're not going to work for you. There's a lot of other nuance to it. So the Deep Cleanse by Tatcha, it smells so good, and it smells a lot to me like the Tatcha body butter, which I featured in my video for the only 6 scents that my wife has consistently complimented on me. So it's hard to even it's like an indigo. I don't know if that's the ingredient or it's just something that makes the color, but yeah, it has this like fresh sort of smell that it's hard to describe. But basically, point being, that was a big part for me. I tried so many different ones, and so many of them just smelled too like powdery or sterile, or even like too sharply like tea tree-ish or something. So this one had the perfect vibe of like relaxing and sort of invigorating at the same time, and that was along with the effects, with how it helped acne, part of why I chose it. Then I have the Amore Pacific Enzyme Peel Cleansing Powder. They have people kind of get mad at them sometimes at Amore Pacific, that is, because they often add a lot of fragrance, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but it can be sometimes, depending on the ingredients, and also you don't always want that. But with this one, I feel like they got the right touch with making it smell kind of like powdery clean, sort of almost like a conditioner or something like that, but not so overwhelming, so that it just adds this like fun, like, okay, this is a relaxing part of the routine, like with a double cleanse of washing my face and then move on. Next, after doing the face wash, the regular skincare begins. Tatcha Essence. I've tried, quite a few essences, and a lot of them worked pretty well. And if you're not aware, essence is to help the ingredients that you're putting on afterwards sink more into your skin, like the serum, moisturizer, and everything like that. But what I loved about Tatcha is it doesn't have any scent, actually, and that's part of why I chose it, because I liked that, I have so many other things I'm using with scents. Sometimes you just want something that's going to be not clashing with the other stuff you're putting on. Next, the Erno Laszlo Firmarine eye serum. I tried a lot of eye serums, and as an aside, a lot of them just hurt my eyes, so that wasn't good. And this one is just like cool. It doesn't have a scent. I also have one that I use that has like a neroli type of scent, but for this one, the way that it partially played is into fragrance is because they sell it on FragranceNet, and I started using it before that, but yeah, I already liked it compared to other ones, and I was like, okay, yep, I can use that to reach minimums when I need to get stuff from FragranceNet to get free shipping or whatever. Next, Fresh and Shown eye cream. Sorry for the mispronunciation. This has meadow foam, sugar, apple seed, and rose water. I don't like rose water normally, but the way it's in here is just this like relaxing, creamy vibe to it that feels like a nice, and then that helps like lock the serum in or whatever under your eyes. Next, Skinceuticals Phyto Corrective Gel. That has like thyme, some cucumber, and a bit of other stuff. And at first I was almost like, maybe this is a little sharp, but I actually have grown to really like having that kind of burst of thyme, like THYME, as part of the middle of the routine. It's like very invigorating. It just feels like it's working better somehow when you smell that. And it's like a very gentle usage, because sometimes botanicals aren't always better. That can actually cause more skin issues sometimes, but this one's very, very gentle, really good for like skin redness and acne. Next, for the retinol by the brand Overt, called the Smoother. Retinol is known for smelling really bad. Oh my god, there was one that somebody warned me, like, this smells bad or whatever. Okay, yeah, well, I'm used to smelling a lot of nasty niche fragrances all the time, so bring it on. I'm not going to say what my reaction was physically, but it smelled like Secretion Magnifique level bad. So, yeah, so then I was like, okay, I have to find this, and then I finally found this perfect one that works really well for me, and it barely has any scent at all, which can be hard to find with a good retinol, so I was happy about that. Then for moisturizer, Peter Thomas Roth Peptide 21 Lift and Firm Moisturizer. It almost smells like Play-Doh to me, like upscale Play-Doh or something. Not in a Tonka-like way, but just kind of like less rich than that. But yeah, there's something about it that I just enjoy, that are like putty or something like that. That type of smell, I just really like it, and it makes me happy to smell it for some reason. And it's not like these scents stick around. This is just in the moment, which is also kind of a nice thing about it, is that obviously with wearable fragrance, you want it to not just disappear after like 1 second. But with something like this, it's kind of nice to jump between different things and get that relaxing vibe in, but then you can have your actual perfume, cologne, whatever that you're wearing to get your regular scent on. A couple of things that I don't do like every time as part of my routine, but Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Sheet Mask. I tried a bunch of sheet masks, and so many of them just sucked, frankly, to me. But some of them would have been good, but they just smelled like so like really like artificial watermelon or something, which sometimes that's good, but sometimes it just smells so cheap, especially when it's just like right against your face and just like cloying, and like this one has like a more like relaxing fresh spa type vibe to me. Unfortunately, they discontinued that one, but they do still make another one. I just personally liked that one better for my type of skin. And then the Teami green tea detox mask, one of those like clay masks or whatever that you put on for like 10 or 15 minutes and then wash it off. That has like matcha and lemongrass. And it's a really nice green tea mix with kind of like a citrusy nuance to it, that even though it has, plenty of matcha, it's not like so grossly bitter or something like that. It's just like nice, and it gives you that major like kind of self-care spa, type of vibe to get that sort of matcha and lemongrass vibe there. So yeah, I guess I'll list in the description the ones I'm talking about. But again, I'm not recommending these depending on what kind of skin you have, because I have oily skin. So if you have dry skin, these are not going to necessarily be good for you. But skincare and playing into scent, it's just another thing too that gives me like a moment of joy when I start and end the day. Just as with like, fragrance and stuff too, just like feeling like, okay, I'm doing this thing and it's fun and I have my routine and I like the smells. Or in some cases with these, as mentioned, I like that they don't have a smell. So for pretty much all of them, something to do with fragrance has played in, whether that's, being glad that it doesn't have a smell, being glad that whatever the smell is, being glad that it's sold on FragranceNet so that I can use it to, stock up in the cart and reach minimums and shit like that. And curious if scent has played into anybody else's skincare routine. And if you are interested in getting into skincare and don't know where to start or something, feel free to leave a comment, because I wanted to for so long, because I was like, I don't want to keep using just these harsh products for acne that aren't even doing anything. And it was actually really fun and nice once I finally got into it. It was like, oh yes, like this has made such a difference. So yeah, fragrance and skincare, get with it.